The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey guys, it's Tom Murray here, co-founder at Wishloop. So welcome to today's live webinar where we're looking at a new platform that enables you to build mobile apps for smartphones. And the great thing about this is it allows you to do it without being a developer because it's got a drag and drop framework. And we've got one of the founders here with us right now, John Botel, who's going to take us through the software. John, are you here with us?
I am indeed, and thank you very much for having me, Tom. It's very much appreciated.
Awesome. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad. I'm hoping my voice is going to last. I've got a bit of a cold, and I've done about 8 webinars in the last 2 days. So
hopefully it'll last out. So before we get going, let's just do a quick sound check. So can everyone just put a 1 in the box if they can hear my voice right now? Let's have a look. I'm just going to switch over to see the ones coming in.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we got plenty of ones coming in. Brad, how you doing? Dan, Apprentice, awesome. JL, Eric, awesome, great. We're getting plenty of ones, so sounds working. And can everyone see John's screen? You should have a nice Mobimatic logo in front of you to look at right now. Just put a yes in the box so we can tell. Yep, Brett, yes, excellent. So we got yeses coming in. Everyone can see John's screen right now. Awesome. So let's get going. So as I said, I'm really happy to be joined by John Botel today, who's one of the founders of Mobimatic. He's been using the software for a number of months, and actually, I actually downloaded one of the apps that John made with this software a couple of months ago for an event that he was running over in Las Vegas, a marketing event. And I didn't actually realize at the time when I downloaded this, it was actually made with this software. So when John told me he'd built this with this software, I was really excited to see this because I know that John's, without wanting to insult you, John, you're not a development whiz, are you? So the fact that so the fact you managed to build this app, I was really impressed and wanted to take a look at this software. And if you see my emails, then you know that this is more than just a software, because I think this is a big business opportunity, really, because as we know, it's a growing market, and even though everyone's got apps on their phone, it's still massively growing, and we know that it's $40 billion industry or something massive like that. But we know that it's growing exponentially. More businesses are trying to get apps, and a lot of local businesses in particular don't have an app at all, but they want one because it's like a vanity symbol, isn't it? It's a sign of prestige and growth.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the reasons I was excited about it. But more importantly, mobile apps have got this really high perceived value, perhaps as a result of the fact they're almost like a prestige symbol, right? So you can easily charge 4 figures to create a mobile app for a business. So that's what's got me excited about this opportunity. So if you guys are ready to see this, I'll hand you over to John, who's going to give us a live demo of this software. So John, you ready to take over?
I am indeed. Just if you can just make sure, I just want to do another audio check just to make sure that my mic's working nice and clear. So if you can just give me a 1, guys, in the chat box, if you can hear me as well, really good. Great, there we go.
Excellent.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate that. Now, just to let you know a couple of things about, I do a lot of webinars, and just want to let you know a couple of things that I generally do in my webinars. The first thing I do is I always need loads of feedback. I'm often asking you to just confirm that you can see the right screen, because I'm paranoid that you're looking at something else that I'm not talking about. So I'm going to ask you for loads of feedback. Just try to keep the energy up. Obviously, for me, it's been an extremely long week, and my voice is giving up. But I'm going to keep here with you and give you 110%. The other thing that you should know, I'm going to take you about an hour through the whole webinar. May run a little bit longer, but I'm hopeful to get it all done in the hour. First 10 minutes, I'm going to talk about the mobile app market and why that's so important and why you should really be interested in it. And then we're going to dive right in, and I'm actually going to build an app live in front of you so you can see all the features. I won't have time to go through every single feature because there's just too many in the software, but I will have time to build an app so you can see exactly how easy this is. And as Tom mentioned, I am not a coder. Technicalities for me, I can use email, I can create a presentation, and I can write, like Word documents. That's, and that's about the height of my technical abilities. So this really is for everybody. So if you're ready, guys, just give me a yes in the chat box and we'll get right into it. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Right. Okay, first thing you should know is that 85% of smartphone users would rather give up drinking water than delete a mobile app. So this is where we are in the state of the world right now, that people are so in love with their phones and so engaged in their phones, they would rather give up drinking an essential element than get rid of one of their apps. That's how important that phones and apps are viewed in today's society, particularly in kind of the slightly lower age group, you know, kind of millennial age group. Very much more active in that kind of market, but 85%, I find that quite incredible. So that's the first thing to keep in the back of your mind when you first start this kind of journey. My name is John Botel. I've been selling products and services online since 2001. So I've seen a lot of things come and go in the industry. I've mainly been centered in e-com, but I've done a little bit of everything during my time. So I've kind of, you know, I've been able to see the way the industry has moved and fads that have come in and left. And I don't know about you, if any of you are old enough like me to remember or been in the industry as long as I have, to remember way back in like maybe 2000 when I first started getting into this, there was an absolute boom in websites, okay, because the internet was just beginning to become accessible to everybody. A few big companies had got websites, and small businesses were being pitched day after day after day. You gotta have a website, you gotta have a website. And I remember at that time, there were businesses that I knew that were talking about this whole website thing as a fad. This is a fad. Oh, 2 years, I don't need a website. I've got Yellow Pages. All my business comes from the Yellow Pages. That's literally, it sounds funny when we say it now, right? But back in the day, that's what people used to say. They didn't need a website, they've got Yellow Pages. Now, 16 years later, obviously we're at our vantage point now, we know that it's completely obvious that nobody could be in business and be relevant without having a website. The reason I bring this up is because that is exactly where we are now in mobile apps. We are right on the cusp of an upward, or around the crest of a wave, if you like. Oh, no, that wouldn't be right. Other way. We're on around the cusp of an upswing in a mobile apps market which is due to explode. Now, Tom touched on this before, and he was actually slightly low with his figures. The mobile app market right now in 2016, in fact, this was a prediction for 2016, was $51 billion with a B, not with an M, it's billion. So that was 2016, and that was the projection. We've actually already hit that number in November. So that's probably going to be more in the mid 50 billions to maybe even 60 billion. And the projection for 2020, I mean, if they were wrong with this one, they're likely wrong here as well on the upside, but the conservative projection is in 4 years, the market will double to $101 billion. $101 billion industry in mobile apps, sitting in people's pockets. Now, before we jump any further into all this, I want to reassure everybody that's on the call, all of you that's here. We're a small but compact group today, but just want to reassure you that in order to get your slice of this $101 billion industry, you don't need any sales experience. Absolutely no sales experience required. Okay, you don't have to be a seasoned kind of pitcher or a closer or anything like that. You don't need any sales experience. Anybody can sell this, and the reason is because we're in a necessity seller-driven market. Okay, there are fewer sellers than there are customers. Yeah, so we're in a very, very advantaged situation. People want apps, and they have no idea how to get them, and they're willing to pay a premium for them. So, and they're beginning to be viewed now as a necessity for business. Just as websites were kind of as the early 2000s went through, that's where we are now in mobile apps. Businesses are waking up to it. You don't need any technical skills, and that was a massive barrier to entry. Previously, if you wanted to get a slice of this massive industry, you had to know either how to code yourself as a professional software developer, or you had to hire a professional software developer. Now, thankfully, thanks to new technology, and in particular, obviously, the technology I'm going to be showing you very shortly, that's no longer a case. Everyday people with no technical skills can simply drag and drop their way into this industry. Okay, you can also do this business for yourself. You know, if you've got a business, either online or offline, it doesn't matter actually. I don't believe there's a difference. You can run it for yourself and use this software to build apps for your own business, which will save you a ton of money if you wanted to hire a developer. Or you can go the other route and actually look at developing apps for other people. And these apps sell from anywhere for the very simplest app of about $500 right the way up to kind of $3,000 for things with a lot more bells and whistles involved. And I'll show you some of the things. And what you'll be able to do with this software platform is choose and offer lots of different levels. So you can literally pitch exactly what the customer wants and price accordingly. Okay. Finally, the thing you need to know is it's relevant for both local business and digital business. For the longest time, since kind of mobile apps started to become popular, people only concentrated on local businesses because it's a natural fit, it's easy. Okay, but the technology is now in such a position that you can offer for digital online businesses as well. And as I go through, you'll see the advantages, and I'll mention it for digital business. I myself, I run a digital business company. I have a physical e-com business as well, but I run a digital company that makes information products and information training and software and the like. Every single piece of software I develop now, every single information product I develop now has an app that goes along with it. And I'll talk about why in a few minutes. So nearly 2/3 of consumers that subscribe to mobile marketing indicate that they have purchased as a result of receiving a highly relevant mobile message. Now, that is one of the main reasons why it's so important, regardless of online or offline, why you want to have an app, because it gives you another point of contact with your customers. Also, buyers are desperate to pay you for these apps. I touched on this before. They really are. And this is why you don't have to be a salesman, because you're in a seller's market where people are crying out for apps, and there isn't enough people to make them. The other thing that you should know, I mean, I don't know about you. Let's take a quick survey in the group right here. If you're still with me, let's take a quick survey. Who thought that having an app for their business was an expensive thing? It was $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's what it used to be, and people are still living 3 or 4 years ago. You know what it's like on the in technology. Things move so fast now, but the perception has to catch up with that. Now, we can offer apps for sale because of the length of time it takes with the drag and drop builders. We can offer apps from as little as $500. In fact, I've heard of somebody offering them for like $400 for very, very simple apps. You wouldn't do something from Plex for that money. And anybody can do this. As I said, let me just show you this guy. This is a chap, one of our beta testers, was a ex-car salesman. He was unemployed, was let go. Okay? And he unemployed, got a small child, a family to take care of. He became one of our beta testers. Took him about 2 weeks because he was a not a technical guy, very unconfident on the platform. Took him 2 weeks to become confident that he knew what he was doing. In actual fact, I was looking at what he was doing within the first week, and he would have been fine. But it took him 2 weeks before he went out and offered somebody an app. In his first 2 weeks of trying to sell, he sold 4 apps. And these are the ones he created and sold within the first 2 weeks of actually selling it. So he made $867 for this pub app, $743 for this car sales app. I'll go to the next slide. $743 for this guest house app, and $805 for this bistro app. And he's formed his own company now called Fast Apps, and all he's doing now is actually going out and selling apps. It is a whole new direction for his business. He's actually just taken on his first employee after 4 weeks of doing this to enable him to branch out and sell more of these apps. So to hear stories like that, I find absolutely incredible. That somebody can go from nothing, not having any technical knowledge, to what is that, like $2,800 in 2 weeks, and growing and taking staff on. I find it absolutely incredible. So let me just skip on. Who needs these apps? We touched on it before about local business. I mean, I just flicked through a local directory here, and just within the first few letters of the alphabet, I filled the page. Everybody needs a mobile app. Absolutely everybody. And as we said, there was a local business. So if you're digital, let's touch on the digital side of things quickly before we get into the mobile app building. Okay, the reason you should get this for a digital business, if that's what you have, is number one, engagement with your audience, and number two, better reach with your audience. Because this is your audience right now, okay? They are engaged in their phones, yeah? They are absorbed into their phones. It's an extension of their body, yeah? When a message comes through on their phone, and I'm the same, I'm as guilty as anybody. If I'm sat watching TV and a message comes through on my phone, the first thing I do is pick it up and look at it. You know, I want to find out, what's this about? It's an immediate society. It's like this, okay? We have this obsessive relationship with our phones, you know, and here's another really great feature for digital business on a phone app, is having your app, your logo, your icon on a phone panel next to Facebook, next to Twitter, next to TripAdvisor, next to your bank app. All of those lend you credibility by association. Okay, so as Tom was saying at the start, it boosts you up. It makes you look like a bigger, more substantial business. And people want to do business with people who have substantial business. Nobody wants to work with the fly-by-night guy. Everybody wants to work with businesses that look solid and are going to be there for a long time. So those are just two really important details for having it, physical or digital. The third reason, extra points of contact. And I'm not talking about just in a business relationship way. With a phone, you can, with an app, sorry, you can build in so much more kind of fun elements and interactive elements that you're kind of engaging with your audience, but not in a salesy kind of way, just in a, hey, you know, this is a bit of fun, you can have this, and go out and use it. And it builds and fosters deeper, more engaged prospects and customers. Because that's what it's about, as the final line. It's about building stronger, deeper, and more loyal relationships. And that type of engagement is literally just not possible with desktop or even mobile responsive sites. So that's why it doesn't matter if you're a local business or a totally digital business. And I didn't even mention push applications, push notifications, sorry, where you can actually push messages within the app to your users. Now, I don't know what your email open rates are like, but mine, how are yours, Tom? I mean, I'm getting maybe 10, 15% on a good day. And that's kind of where the industry is right now. Email rates have been plummeting. And you don't get that with push notifications on an app. You know, it is so much higher, the engagement and the open rate. We're talking 70 to 90% open rate of a mobile app push in comparison to emails, maybe 10, 15% if you're lucky, and SMS is even lower than that. So this is really, really relevant for all businesses. Let me just show you just 4 of our other beta testers who have all, within the first 2 or 3 weeks, all made money using this system, using this software. So Andy here, he's an IT consultant, so he had a little bit of an advantage. $1,800 in his first 2. He published 3 apps in 2 days, and he's made almost $2,000 so far. Michael, 3 in his first week. So what's that? Nearly $1,500. Joey, $740. I don't think he says how long it took him. No, he doesn't. And Stephen is selling about 20 apps a month. He really took it and ran with it, and he's making $650 on average per app. That's $13,000 per month. And here's the big kicker. Here's the thing. Once you're invested in the software, there's no charge. There is no charge per app. There's no charge for hosting the apps. There's no charge for push notifications. So that $13,000 that Stephen is making per month is all profit, clear profit, because there is no cost involved. Because he's already, well, he was a beta tester, but you'd already be invested in the platform. Who gets excited by like just $13,000 of clear profit, just for a little bit of work? I mean, he has some staff doing that for him as well, so maybe he does. But I think that's a pretty exciting prospect in anybody's language. Yeah, there we go. Lots of people saying that's pretty exciting. That's cool. All right, guys. Okay, so who'd like to see me build an app live on screen in the next half an hour or so? So give me a 1 in the chat box if you're still with me and you want to see me build an app live. Rocking. Thanks, guys. Okay, I'm just going to take a little sip of water just to keep hydrated. Okay, so I've got to change screens because I've got to go to, make sure I'm on the right screen here. I'm just going to ask you to confirm when you can see my new screen. So give me a 2 in the chat box when you can see the software. Cool, excellent. Thank you guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate the feedback. Okay, so the first thing to note is that the user interface is really, really bright and light and easy to use. On the right-hand side over here, you've got all your app stats, where it's going to tell you how many app visits you've had, how many installs, and kind of break it down by iOS and Android, so you know exactly how your apps are doing. And that's important to know for always good feedback. Now let me just jump in and show you. I'm just going to jump into one I've built previously to quickly run through the features that are available to add in, because I'm not going to be able to demonstrate them all because there's just so many in the software. But I'm going to show you some very relevant ones for particular niches. So let me just jump in here. I'm going to go, and then I'll build an app in front of you. So down here in the orange is all the features that you can choose to use. So let me just run through them quickly. We have online booking, so people can book directly through the app. You have a calendar of important dates. You have a calendar so you can show, a catalog so you can showcase products. A code scanner so you can actually scan QR codes, and that will unlock certain elements. I'll talk about that in a minute. Contact areas, custom pages. You can have discounts direct in the app. Facebook fan wall, direct pull through in the app. You can actually build your own fan wall so customers can interact directly through the app with you. You can create folders and actually build up membership sites within the app, and that's very important for digital products, that you can build membership sites in the app, and I'm going to show you how we can protect those membership sites in a minute. You can build forms within the app so that you can actually collect data and build lists within your app. Images, add images within the app. In-app messaging, you can create an inbox within the app to catch email. You can create a job portal within the site. Links to external areas, either within the app or to external sites. Loyalty cards. You can build up a digital loyalty card within the app itself. We've got some Magento integration for e-com. Maps, a news wall for important events. The padlock here, really important, that you can lock off certain content. This is how you would build a membership site within the app. Really important for you digital people. Places, so this is your locations you can have there. Another PrestaShop, another e-com integration. Push notifications, perhaps the most important area of all of app building, so that you can contact your clients directly wherever they are. QR coupons, so that the QR scanner that we talked about above can actually scan a QR code and open a coupon. You can create a radio station within the app. Real-time chat. You can pull an RSS feed if you're a blogger. If you have a blog with your RSS, you can pull an RSS feed so your new blog articles come directly into the app. Scratch cards, so you can do some gamification for your clients so that they can actually scratch off the screen and see if they've won a free whatever you're offering. Set meals, this is where you would do your menus for your restaurants. Again, more e-com, Shopify integration. And this is a really important element, the source code. There is a source code element, so you can actually add Java code snippets or HTML snippet code and drop it in there and it will work. So if if there's something specific you want to build, or a client wants something specific, you can hire a coder to write a tiny bit of JavaScript or a tiny bit of HTML, drop it in there, and it will work with the app. A tips calculator for restaurants. A topics, this is wild. You can actually segregate your users by topic. So you might have, I have lots of lists for different things. I have a weight loss list, a beauty list, an e-com list, an IM list. I have all of those lists. With an app, I can actually segregate like you would an email list and only send messages to certain people who are interested in certain topics. Really, really important stuff. You can add videos and lock them behind access portals so you can actually build training sites within the app. Volution is another e-com integration. Weather apps, WooCommerce, another e-com integration, and WordPress. You can actually integrate your whole WordPress site into the app through the WordPress plugin, which you'll get in the members area. Okay, so that's all the features. Okay, I'm not going to be able to showcase them all because there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of features, right, guys? Just give me some feedback. Let me know that you think that there are quite a lot of things that you could add. Awesome, guys. Yeah, I know. Right, it's pretty mind-blowing the amount of things that they've managed to stick in there. Right, so I'm going to go back now, and we're actually going to build something right in front of your eyes. So let's do it right now. It'll probably take me about 25 minutes, so we should be right on time. And I'll just take another sip of water. There we go. Okay, so when you get into the dashboard, it'll look like this. you want to go down to create a new application just by clicking on that button and give it a name. So I'm going to call this, I've already done one before, so we're going to call it Test Restaurant. And I'm going to create that. Okay, that's going to open up your templates. And you have a choice of any of these templates. Okay, and these come preloaded for you. And the really good thing about having templates is that, if particularly for local business, okay, this is the easy sell. Okay, you want the inside track easy sell for this to local business. Okay, find a business you want to sell an app to. Let's say you want to sell an app to a local B&B. Okay, click on the B&B template. Then you go onto their website, pull their logo down, add it to the app, and then you go to that B&B and you say, hey, look what I built you. I did this on spec for you. This is what we can do for you. I can almost guarantee they're just going to ask you how much they need to make the checkout for. That's how easy it is to sell these things, because you can easily, quickly pre-make them as a template, and it comes in with the kind of things that they will need. You know, the kind of functionality that those people will standardly need. And that is the easy way to do it. So having the templates is a really, really important thing. And so, full disclosure, I don't like to have any surprises in my webinars. We do have an O2O upsell that is a template club that will expand this collection of templates to you every single month. And we can talk about that in the Q&A at the end, and I can give you more details. But it's very important because that expands the number of places that you can do these on-spec designs for. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to build from blank for you, so you can see the slowest way to build, and that will kind of give you an indication of how fast you can do it. Of course, the templates are all fully amendable. You can change them in any way you want once you bring them in. But I'm going to build from blank to show you the absolute slowest way to do this. So once you've got that in, you've got a choice of how you would like your icons laid out, and you can choose any of these kind of layouts that you see in front. You can do circles, squares, bigger squares, sidebar menus, bottom menus, you know, like a kind of blog feed looking thing. I kind of like this one. I think this is one I generally like to use. And then all you have to do is upload a homepage image. Now, all I've done for this, I've got one pre-prepared, but I just literally downloaded this from my stock image site. I use Big Stock, but it doesn't really matter whoever you use. And I just literally just downloaded this file. I haven't done anything to it. I just downloaded it and let it upload. And then we just have to choose how we want that to display. So if you see me sliding across the screen here like this, that's because we want to choose exactly the image that we display. And I want that one. So I'm just going to OK that. Then I'm going to jump in. And I have to do this for each side, because remember, for phones, they all come in different sizes. So you have to do this a few times. So if it seems like I'm repeating myself, I am. But that's just the nature of the beast when you're dealing with phones. You know, they all come in different sizes, so you have to do a couple of different layouts. I'm going to do the final one here. And obviously, we're going to be building a restaurant app this afternoon. And I'll just drop that there. Okay, so once we've done that, you can choose to use that, that same backdrop for all of the application pages. I don't want to, because I want to show you some other features. And I don't want to hide the status bar either. I want to keep that going. Let me just choose our country. And despite my accent, I'm actually live in the US, not the UK anymore. And I'm going to leave the font as Arial. That's the font we see here because it's a nice, clear font. But you could choose any of it that comes up there. So we just hit Save and Continue. And that then brings us into the color options. What we want to do here is just hit the preview screen, because we want to be able to preview everything we're doing. Okay, and basically here is where you can amend every aspect of every screen. So you can change the colors to be completely to your brand, to your client's brand, and make the whole thing completely customized. And this is regardless of whether you build from blank, couldn't say my words then, whether you build from a blank template or a pre-done template, you can always change this. So let's change the background color, for instance. Let me choose something in the blue scale, something maybe around, just drag that in here. Yeah, a little bit deeper. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And then I can choose to amend the header. If I wanted to go crazy with the header, I can make that any color I like. You can see that change it on screen. I'm going to leave that as white. Okay, then we're at the home page. And we can get to change the color of the images. I'm going to try to match that image that I just created. So that was around move the slider down, touch, something like that. So that's kind of matching the background color a little bit. Okay, and then you can just go through and see how each kind of view is going to look, and that's a list view. This is how kind of a card looks, so this will be a contact card. The buttons, we can change those. Let me change those colors, make them slightly different. I'm going to go with a deeper gray, and then I'm going to change the text color to white, like that. And that's quite cool looking. Checkboxes, I'm just going to change that, trying to make the blues at least kind of consistent. Something like that. We can go to the radio buttons, that's fine. Toggle switches, again, I'm going to make the blue, you know, similar, if not the same. And I could have chosen the hex color and just copied that in, but I forgot, in all honesty. So that would be me mucking up. Tooltip, that's fine like that. The icon is fine in white. And the spinner, this is when something is working in the background. So I'm going to change both of those to white so they pop a bit more on the screen. And you can see that working in real time there. Okay, guys, what do you think so far? We can amend any feature. The whole thing is 100% customizable by you, with just a couple of moving sliders around and clicking and posting. Pretty interesting. What do you think? Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so what we do from here is we just save and continue. Keep moving forward. Now we're at the stage where we can actually begin to add functionality to the app. And you can see it's brought us into our homepage in the simulator on the right-hand side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just drag in all the elements that I want first, and then we'll go through and amend them. I'm going to drag in 6 elements. And this will be a very simple app that maybe you would sell for $500. So maybe it's going to take me longer because I'm going to be talking about what I'm doing at the same time. But I could probably create this app if I wasn't talking and was just going straight for it. Probably take me maybe 15 minutes to create this. And this would be a typical app you could sell for maybe $500, something like that. Okay, so the first thing I want to drag in is About Us. And now, About Us, I always use the custom page because you get a lot of flexibility with that. Then I want to build in a menu, so I'm going to go down to the Set Meal. So I drag that in. And all you do to drag them is just click them. Okay, then I'm going to do a Contact Us, so I put in the contact. Then I'm going to do a discount, so just click the discount button. Okay, then I'm going to do a booking. Click the booking, there we go. And finally I'm going to do location, and that's under places. Okay, so I've got all the elements that I want in there now. So now it's time to build. Okay, the first thing I'm going to build is the About Us page. So let's jump across there now. So I just click the icon and it opens up the feature settings for me. So I can call that whatever I want. And I'm just going to call that About Us. Okay, and literally this is drag and drop simple. Okay, so let's say at the top we want some images, but I'm actually going to put a slider in there. So we just click slider, and that's going to open up this option. So I'm going to add pictures to the slider. And this is I have these pictures already pre-ready, obviously. And I just highlight them all. I can upload them all at once and click open. And it's going to pull them in, and all 4 of them, and I just hit save. And now we have 4 slider images in the simulator that you can see to the right. And you see I can just click through, and you can see all those images nicely populated there in the simulator. Okay, pretty cool, guys. I think it's pretty cool. I love this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Okay, now I'm going to add a text element, and we just click text. Okay, and that drops in what we would class as a standard kind of text editor. Now I don't have any really great text prepared for you, so I'm just going to wing this. So I'm going to just say, welcome to our restaurant, the best in fresh local produce and fish daily. I'm not a restaurant writer. Please forgive it if it's crap copy. It is what it is. Now this, you can amend this any way you would with a standard kind of text editor. You can do links, you can add pictures, you can do whatever you want within this area to make it work. You can even use source code in there as well. I'm just going to be pretty boring and simple and just center it and give it a bold. And if I save that, that should drop into the simulator on the right-hand side. There we go. So you can see what we got. Okay, what else do we want to add here? We probably want to add a video. So let's drop a video in there now. Okay, and we can choose between either YouTube, a podcast, or anywhere else you're hosting a video. You can just put a link direct to the MP4, and it will pull it in. You okay there, Tom?
Yeah, John, I just got a couple of comments and questions coming in, so I don't know if you want to take these at the end or...
Entirely up to you, mate. I can do them at the end or I can do them now. I don't mind.
Actually, I'm just noticing my computer's about to drop off on me, so I'm going to have to plug it in before we all cut out. But hang on, just give me a sec. You carry on.
Yeah, okay, well, I'll carry on. You just interrupt me when you've got it back up, mate. So I'm going to pull in a YouTube video. So you just hit the YouTube, and it gives us a little drop-down box for a URL. And I have one right here I want to paste in. So I'm just going to copy that URL, and drop it right in the box here, and hit OK. And as you can see, it's dragged it in, and all we have to do then is hit Save, and that should go into the simulator on the right-hand side. And there it is. It's right there, and it's beginning to come together.
Cool. John, if you don't mind, I'll just drop a couple of questions that are coming through. So Martin's saying it's looking pretty impressive so far. For hospitality, is there a reservations function at the moment?
Right. Right now we have a booking function, which basically emails the proprietor. However, and this has already gone through beta, but we just want to test it a little bit more. We have a live booking system, and we desperately hoped it would be ready for launch. But the live booking system, it's probably going to be, because the guys are so busy dealing with the launch stuff, the kind of beta testing and debugging and everything, it just wasn't quite ready. So after we get out of launch on Sunday evening, I imagine within the first 5 days, that's going to be the first app to recome live, is the live booking system. And that will work direct with the live calendar. So somebody can go into the app, actually see what dates are available, select to book them, and it will automatically update the live calendar and email the proprietor to let them know. So it's kind of seamless, and that will be very, very, very shortly after we finish launch.
That sounds good. That'll be a really powerful feature, and that was from Dan.
Where the industry's been asking it to go, but nobody's done it yet, and it pretty much was working in beta test. But you do software, Tom. You know what it's like. You want to test it to the 9th degree and make sure.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to push things out half done. Exactly. Tim's asking about a slider for the homepage. Can you have a slider for the homepage?
Yes, indeed, you can. You can. It just moves across, and it's done on a timed basis, so you don't have to flick it.
Brett's asking, are there training videos?
Yeah, there's about 50 or 60 of them. There is a ton of training videos.
Okay, so plenty of stuff to keep you busy. Slider images, can they be full screen? Martin's asking.
Well, I think it's the same question before. If you could do it as the background image, the ones within the page sit within the page, so they just slide within the page. But you would have to do the background slider to get the full screen slide.
Okay, cool. Okay, so they're the main ones right now. So
cool. All right. So what do we do? We just added, I think we just added a video, right? Yep, we did. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add an address to this section, and all we do is we give it a label. So I'm going to use Find Us. And then, I don't know, well, let's just say 24 Test Avenue, Testington. And you can even put the latitude and longitude in there, so it will actually geolocate you. And we can display that address and display the location button. And if we hit Save, that will update on the About Us page. If I can just drag it up, you'll see it right there below. Okay, next section. We can add buttons to the page that can actually activate anyway. So let me just hit that and show you. I'm not going to do this one, but you could select a button to call you. You could select a button to email you or to send a link to you. Oh, let's do a phone. We may as well while we're here. So let's do phone and we'll say 1-888-888.888 and just hit save. Okay, now what's going to happen with that button when it's in there? You see it's there. If somebody clicks that in the app, it will just automatically activate their phone to call you. So it's all self-contained. Excuse me. Right. Okay. This is another really great feature. Attachment. Okay. So we can add an attachment to any page. Think of this in your digital sphere as well. What you could actually do is have almost like a lead magnet held within an app that you could have somebody download after they download your app. So you can encourage people to download your app by giving them a lead magnet that they get inside your app. You then can build them into a membership site within your app. So everything could actually be self-contained. It's quite exciting stuff. But for purposes of restaurants, the one I can think of is maybe coupons, or even you could even do like a menu download. I've just got an image, so I'm just going to add that just to show you how that looks. And if we save that and scroll up the screen, you can see it right there. And all you have to do is click on that, and it will download to your phone. So that's pretty much the About Us section dealt with. Let's jump onto the set meal section, and this would be your menu or your specials or something like that. So I'm going to just call it that and change the title of it. Oh, by the way, these icons that you can see up here, this is how it will display in your app with these kind of icons, unless you change it here. So you can custom change any of your icons or upload your own icons. So if a client wanted specific icons for their business, you can always get those designed on Fiverr, or even if you've got talent for that, design them yourself, and actually add those new icons to the your your database of icons. So I'm just going to call this screen specials, and let's say add. We're going to call this. Let's say this is going to be the steak special, and say it's $24. And what are they saying? Restaurants, something like grass-fed, personally massaged beef, fresh to your table. I said I'm not a food writer. So.
I was wondering where you were going with that for a minute, John.
You get the personal massage. Okay. And then we get to add a picture. So let me just go. I've got some already here ready. In the menu items. So I got the steak one here. And again, the system is going to allow you to choose the best shot out of the actual image that comes, so you can slide it around to get exactly what you want. So I'm going to choose that. And the nice thing is, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love the way that images display on a phone. It's very easy to sell through a mobile phone because the images are so high def and bright and vibrant. So when you actually add like a high def image into an app, it really pops. And clients are just so delighted when they see something like that. Those kind of high def images on a high def phone, it really does set things apart. I mean, if I click into that, you can kind of get an idea of how that would look to a user. So let me just add a few more, because specials with just one isn't very special. So let's do a wrap at $16. I'll just say this is Mexican inspired dish. Add a picture of that. Hit the wrap. Just need to slide it to where we want, and OK it. And OK again. OK, and you can see they're beginning to build up a kind of menu now. And I'll just do one more, and we'll call this one shrimp. $12 and breaded shrimp with spicy dip. I don't know. If I ever make my own restaurant, I guarantee none of you will want to come. The way I'm describing this stuff. But for speed, we can get it to work nicely. Okay, there we go. That looks beautiful. And if we just save that, that will again add to that simulator on the right-hand side. So there we go. That's kind of the specials, the set menu done. So let's jump into the contact box. Now we've already done a contact in the About Us section, but remember with apps, people go into different sections and they want to get where they're going fast with an app. So it's really advisable to build out multiple points of contact. I think that's wise in any business. It's always wise to have multiple places where people can contact you. And this one, we're just going to call it Test Restaurant. We can insert a cover image into it. So let me just go to the right page there and upload this image. Insert that. Okay. We can add our phone number, so it's going to be like 1-888-8888, something like that. 24 Test Avenue. And we can make up a zip code and Testington, and we're going to say we are in the USA. We can put our description local, let's just say the best local restaurant. Okay, and then email, let's just say test@thetestrestaurant.com. Website would be something like that. And then we can also add our Facebook and Twitter fan walls if we have them, and just drop them in there as well. And if we just hit save, you can see exactly how that will display on the right hand side there. You've got a full Contact Us card. So that's the Contact Us one. Let's look at the discounts, where we can build a special for our people. And we can, again, call it anything we want. So let's call this one like a steak special offer. I'm going to hit add. Let's add a picture. Let's throw in our steak picture again. I'm just going to jump back to that image. It's there. Okay. Okay, and just cut that down perfectly there. Okay, and so let's say this is get, let's say free bottle of, oops, bootle, no, not free bootle, free bottle of house red with every 2 steak entrees. Something like that. I don't know whether that works for restaurateurs, but certainly I'd buy it for a free bottle of red. I'm game for anything. So description, you're going to be get a free house red with any 2 steak entrees ordered. Conditions, standard menu items only, so you can put conditions on it. And then you can choose to use it only once, or choose a time that offer ends. I'm going to just choose at the end of the month. Or you could do it unlimited and just click that, and then you'd have to actually physically remove the promotion. It won't stop automatically. And if I just click OK, that will actually create that offer here. And this is the interesting thing. If I actually click into it, look at this. In order to get this offer, okay, the user actually has to log in. And they can log in using Facebook, in which case you get a fancier wall. And if they don't, they can log in using email, in which you're collecting data on people. It's really, really great way to engage with your audience in multiple different ways. So that's the offer taken care of. So we've got our special discounted offer. Booking forms. Now, as I said, there is going to be a live booking form. It's probably going to be within 5 days of the end of launch. So about the 18th of the month, that should be up and running. But for now, we have the standard booking form, which is just here. So we can choose to just leave it as booking or call it anything we want. And I'm going to add a location, because this could be used for multiple locations. So let's say, for example, we had Test Restaurant, and their email was testrestaurant.com. Okay, and we can choose to add that. So we're going to add that one. Okay, and then we can choose to add another one. So let's say we have a second one. So let's say we have Test Restaurant 2, and their email is, I don't know, Test Restaurant, a different one. And we click OK there. So what that's going to do now is that will create the booking form for us. And this will email direct to the restaurant when they fill in the details. And they have a choice of which restaurant they book in. So if you have multiple restaurants, you can handle them with one app. And they just choose and it'll email. So the live booking system, as I said, should be by the 18th. But this is what we have for now that emails in. Obviously, that's not ideal. The ideal is that they work with an online calendar and it's all automated and streamlined. But certainly, this is this is where the industry is right now. This is standard for everybody. Okay, where we're taking it within the next week or so is a brand new step in the right direction. Okay, so what have we done? We're booking. Last thing, really, we're right on time. So if we go into places now, we can actually add a location on here. So again, we're adding another location. We can add an image in there again. And we're probably this time going to want to use our homepage image. Get a picture of the actual location. and drop that in there. Okay, I'm going to give it a title, and we'll just call it, you know, our restaurant, and label, you know, our location. We give the address, 24 Test Avenue, Testington. Choose to display. And if we hit save there, that will create another contact card, another location card. Multiple points of contact, very, very important. So that is kind of all of the elements that I really have massive amount of time to show you. You know, in the Q&A I can go through more. But very, very important, one thing I have missed is who wants to see push notifications? Yeah? Give me a 1 in the chat box if you want to see that. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, now I can't show you a push notification live on the screen, but I'm going to try to do it through one of the old apps that we have still out there. I'm going to try to show this to you live on screen. Now, it was hiccuping earlier because we had some server problems with one of the old servers where this was housed, and this old site still is, old app still is. But I'm hoping it's going to go through for you. So let me just show you how you add a push notification to the app. So all you do is you go down and you hit push notification. Boom, done. You now have a push notification ability within your app. Okay, the way you actually send them is done through this interface, and your clients will be able to get into this interface through a white labeled login. Okay, it's not going to show us. Okay, and that is a free upgrade that we're giving everybody just during this launch week. Yeah, that is standardly you have to pay for that upgrade, that white labeled access to your clients. But you guys are going to get that free. Okay, but let me show you how this works. I've got to go into the old system, so I've got to change Windows and just jump into that. So just give me a minute. So this is one of my old accounts, and this is the actual app that Tom was talking about, the Marketing Summit app. So I'm just going to log into that, and I'm going to send a push notification to that app. And I'll show you how we do that. So hang on, to remind myself where it goes. I'm going to go into Pages, go into Attendees, and I'm going to go to Notifications. Okay, so what we do here is we want to add a push notification. And I'm just going to say, you know, test. Because this is actually going to go out live to everybody who has this app, by the way. So they're all going to be looking, hey, weird. And it's going to be, thanks for being on Tom's webinar. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Everybody's going to get this. So everybody who was at the Marketing Summit that downloaded this app is going to be looking at their phone like, what?
Now I know why I got that weird notification earlier today. You were on another webinar.
Most people never turn their apps off. You can actually turn that app off, but most people don't. They just close it and they think it's turned off, but it isn't. It's sitting in the background. It's incredible. This is why we can get such high engagement rates, because people don't turn their apps off. They just close them and they're sitting in the background, using up battery, by the way. And I can choose, by the way, to insert an image here, or just, or even open up a custom feature of the app. So I can choose any element to open up within the push. But I'm going to send it to a custom URL. And it's going to be, I'll send it here to the cache. This will be interesting. And I just hit the next arrow. And I can choose to send to a specific location or not. So I can actually enter this geolocation here so that it's going to push to anybody within that location. Okay, that message is going to go out to anybody within that location, within that radius. So if you've got, imagine you've got a bar app or a pub app, and you've got suddenly you've got a special on cocktails or a happy hour cocktail starting now. You could do a push within a 1.5 mile radius of your establishment, saying, you know, specials on, you know, all vodka cocktails, you know, 2 for the price of 1 for the next hour and a half, and you capture all those people within that location. It's really cool stuff. Again, free upgrade that you guys are getting for purchasing within the launch period. This is going to be an upgrade for everybody else after the launch period. So I'm going to choose just to send to no specific location. I'm going to choose to send it to everybody, all my users, or I can send it to specific topics. Remember I said you could segregate your users by what they like and what they don't like, what they choose to topic into. And so you can send specifically to, you know, I can send to my beauty list, to my diet list, to my e-com list, to my IM list. It's just like segregating your email list. Okay, so I'm going to hit next, and I say I want to send it now. I'm not going to hit that yet, because I'm going to try to do something so you can actually see it live on screen. Now, I don't know whether this is going to work or whether it isn't, so bear with me while I do this. Okay, so I've just got to open up a little application here to do this, and it sometimes works and it sometimes doesn't. So if it doesn't, just give me a minute to get it functioning correctly. And this is really at the end now. We're not going to be too much longer, by the way. So we are just about an hour, so pretty good timing. Okay, so that's opened up. So let me just see if this is going to work or it's just going to crash everything again. Okay, it might take me a minute to get this sorted because this is what it did last time. It's almost certainly going to try to open my photos for some reason. Why it does that is beyond me. This isn't the phone or our software, by the way. This is actually my Mac doing crazy things. Okay, there we go. I think I've got it running. So I just need to change screens momentarily, so you guys are going to be able to see this. Just give me a 2 in the chat box when you can see my screen and you can see my phone. Awesome, thank you guys. You guys are great feedback. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to complete this now. Let me just move these things out of the way. Right, so I'm going to click, I want to send it now. And hopefully, with fingers crossed, as long as the guys have patched up the old server that we were previously hosting on, if I click OK, within about 10 or 15 seconds, it should pop up on the phone screen. Okay, it's queued. Keeping my fingers crossed. The countdown. This is where you wonder whether you should do live TV or work with animals. Give it a few more seconds.
At least you deleted your Tinder app before you showed us this job. You're going to work with me today. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Yep. So it took about 30 seconds to go through, but bear in mind, the servers are all over the world. Oh, there we go. And you can just see that I've just paid my Verizon bill. I hope you're all very proud of me for paying it. So there we go. Let me just switch back screens, and I'll just shut this one down because I don't know how long it will say not crash go to webinar. I definitely don't want that to happen. So let me just move this down, and I'll go back. I'll actually go back now to my presentation. So if you guys would be kind enough, let's plug on this. It's my photos are desperate to pop up and show you all my photos again. Okay, let me just drop down here and let me know, 2 in the chat box, please, when you can see my presentation again. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. So that took us about probably about 30 minutes, maybe even less, to actually build that without using a template. If I was using a template, it'd be way faster. Literally 10 minutes, and a template would be built and ready to go. Because most of the features are already included, and it's just about configuring them really quickly. So, guys, that's pretty much the end of my presentation. Let me tell you what's included in the investment in Mobimatic. You're going to get full access to the Mobimatic platform. That access is going to give you unlimited app creation, unlimited storage of apps, all of the amazing drag and drop features I just showed you, all of the actual functionality I just showed you. You're going to get the full app analytics suite and automatic updates. So basically what happens is when your apps are published to the stores, the App Store and the Google Play Store, you can monitor them all and manage them all through that interface. You don't have to upload things again. It automatically uploads your apps and sends it to all of your users, so they're always up to date. Geolocation stuff that I just showed you about, geolocating those push messages, that is all included for free. You're going to get the full tutorial video academy, which is all of those 40 or 50 videos to train you on the system. You're going to get access to the dedicated Facebook and WhatsApp mastermind groups. You've got 24/7, and I've never heard of anybody doing this in this industry before. You're going to have 24/7 support through email and live chat, round-the-clock support. And it's all wrapped up in our rock-solid 30-day guarantee. So just let me know in the chat box. First of all, what did you think of the software? Would you agree it's an incredible technology and you can see a huge potential in using that software?
put a yes, a why, if you agree that you think it's incredible technology and you can see the big advantages of using it. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Excellent, excellent. Now, before I reveal the incredible deal I've got for you, I just want to run another very quick poll. After watching the software in action, I just want to get a feel out of you guys who are on. Who thinks that they could be interested and want to increase their monthly income by implementing mobile apps into their business, either for themselves, even in their own business, or to sell to others? Just put a 1 in the chat box if you think that that's going to be interesting. Awesome, guys. Fabulous. Okay, because I've got an amazing offer for you today. It's absolutely incredible. I know you're going to like it, and even better, you're not going to have to remortgage the house or sell the kids or anything like that in order to afford this, because it is an incredible offer. Okay, everything that you've seen today, all of this features, everything I just read out, all of this, the platform, the unlimited apps, the storage, the drag and drop features, the analytics suite, the 20 ready-made templates, all of that, everything that I listed there, after we get out of launch, is going to be $997. Okay, it's going to be $1,000. That's how much it just is. That's after we get outside of launch, but that's not what you're going to, don't run away on me, that's not what you're going to pay during launch, okay, because we've got an incredible, incredible deal for you today. Because today, and up until Sunday, okay, you're going to be able to get access to all of that stuff for $47 a month, which is $564 a year, which is still a really good deal. Okay, or right now until 6 p.m. you can get it at the annual rate of $217. That's what the price is now. In 2 hours from now, that is going to be $227. Okay, or you can get the best deal, which we cannot afford to run beyond Sunday. If we try to run it beyond Sunday, literally our cash flow completely dries up and we can't do it. Come Sunday night, after Sunday, Monday morning, we have to start selling this package at $997. But for you guys, you can get in at the charter rate of $297, and that is one-time payment, and you get everything for one-time payment. And that we have to call it a charter payment for legal reasons, but basically it's a one-time payment that renews each year at $0. It will renew annually for $0. And as I said before, we're even going to throw in that white-labeled back-office login that will allow your new clients to get to their app statistics, do push notifications, edit their apps, edit their content as they want to. So it allows you to look like the app superstars, and they don't even know that we exist. So that's it, guys. Just let me know who's in, who wants it. Just let me know in the chat box, and I'll take as many questions as you want to throw at me. If you want it, the link is on screen, and just let me copy and paste that into the chat box for you guys right now.
To be honest, I expect a lot of people here will take up this offer, because knowing the guys we've got on our list, a lot of people have got clients, or they're interested in these kind of new opportunities, and for me this is such a big opportunity. Because I personally, John, came from a background of we started off in mobile marketing. My first business was around mobile marketing and was around SMS marketing. And
Right.
yeah. So we did SMS stuff about 5 years ago, and it was when apps were sort of very new, but at the time there was massive barrier to entry, so we couldn't get into it. And I really wanted to get into apps because I saw how much they were growing, but SMS was as close as we could get to mobile marketing back then. But then you had to deal with the phone companies, and you have the bill every time you send out messages via SMS. There's a massive bill.
And that's
with push notifications, you don't have to pay to send out a push notification, do you?
No, it's completely free.
Exactly.
It's completely...
So that was the massive thing for me. And with apps, if you can get someone to download an app, you can basically contact them for free. From then onwards, it's the ultimate.
How do you engage that as well?
Yeah. So for me, we're actually going to look at incorporating this software into our own business as and taking advantage of the fact we can white label it for clients as well. Because I think it's an easy cross sell from offering lead generation on your website, which is obviously what we specialize in, lead generation on the web, and then cross selling that to lead generation on on apps as well, on iOS and Android, and you've got basically all the bases covered. So I'm really excited about this. Yeah.
You can use that app as a delivery mechanism for a lead. You know, I know like in the terms of lead generation, there's so much about you know, what are you going to give to get that contact? What do you have to give to get that contact? You know, the lead magnet, the spread capture mackerel. Now you can deliver all that through an app, and the force is that they have to download the app to get the content or the video or the training or whatever it is that you're offering through the app. And you know, it's a way to get people in the door.
Yeah. So we got some questions coming through. I think let's
scroll back a little way. I'm going to go back to, let's say, Let's go back to 353. If you asked the question before 353ish, if you could ask it again, and then we'll make sure we catch them all. Okay, will we be able to include our own logo on the white label back office for clients? Yes. You will. That was to JL. Yes, you can include your own logo on the back end for clients. So it completely looks like it's you. They don't even know we exist. Okay, next one is Dan. What dev name is used when published? Oh yeah, I never showed you that, you guys. I missed that part. Let me just jump. Can I do it? Can I do it? Yeah, I can. Let me just quickly jump screens. I'll come back to the keynote in a second. But I'll show you exactly how you can do that. That's not the one I want. It's this one. Okay, if you go into application here, should have showed you this, guys, before. This is where you can add your icons for things, by the way. So I can just quickly, let me just throw in an icon here so you can see how that will look. If I just hit that, that actually displays on the screen. Okay. Now, when you actually go to publish this is where you actually add all your startup images, because, as I said, with apps, there's so many different sizes of phones and iPads. You've got to upload a number of different images to allow it to process through the stores, through the App Store and the Google Play Store. And that's where you would do that. I'm not going to do it because you've seen me upload images a dozen times. But if I go into publish, this is where you would actually publish it. God, thank you for reminding me, because I never even mentioned this. This is where you would publish it, and you can choose the application name here. And you could choose to publish it under any name. And you can publish your own here, or, and this is a really, really big point, you can actually use our Done For You app publication. Now, let me explain the Done For You publication, okay? Because it's quite complicated to get apps onto the App Store. Google Play is easy. App Store is a little bit more things to do. There's a full training on it, but it is complicated, okay? I'm not going to beat around the bush. It is complicated. The training takes you through every step, but still it does get complex in areas. Okay, now the Done For You app publication means that we take care of that for you. Okay, and this is just to upload them to the store. Okay, once they're in the store, then there's no extra charges or anything like that. Now that Done For You service is free by us for the first 5 apps that you publish in a month. Okay, so for the first 5 you publish per month are free under our Done For You application. Okay. After that, we charge $20 per application a month. So if you only ever publish 5 apps a month, that Done For You service on publication is completely free. You never pay another cent. If you publish 6 a month, we'll charge you $20 for publishing that 5th one, and that's a one-time fee. It's not monthly. It's just a one-time publication fee. Is that clear to everybody? Because it kind of gets complex at that point. But I just want to make sure that that's clear to everybody. Waiting for some answers on that. I'm guessing that must be clear. Okay, let me just jump back to the keynote. Perfect, there we go. So you should be able to see everything you need there. Okay, let me carry on going through these questions. What if a user's reply to the push notices? They actually can't reply to a push notification. There's no ability to reply to it, but they can take action on it. So they can take an action. It's not like an SMS where they can reply. A push notification is a one-way thing. It can go outwards from there with a link, but they can't actually reply to it. Okay, can banner or promo messages be displayed when user opens an app? You would have to do that in the opening screen. So what you could do, excuse me, is you would be able in the when you're uploading your promo screens, you'd be able to change that in the App Store, but you would have to then upload it. That's the one thing that you would have to if you're changing like your splash screens, your upload screens is the word I'm looking for. When you're changing those, you would have to resubmit the app again. So that's probably not going to work. It's probably too much of a job to do the promo banners. So it's not like you could do it for you know, on a quick change basis. You could definitely change it, but you wouldn't want to do it all the time. Okay, JL is saying, I can see an icon next to the notification link that says downloads. Okay, I'm just trying to see where you are. All right, hang on. I think you're talking about, yeah, I think you're talking about the other app. Let me just see exactly what we're talking about there, JL. Get back to the right screen, because I think we were talking about in the Marketing Summit, and that was probably still live at the time. So let me just go into my pages. Attendees. And notifications. Oh, here. You mean, yeah, this icon that says downloads. Let's check what that one actually was. Yeah, that's download material. So that would be where you could put an attachment. And that is actually just a custom page. Okay, so that's just a custom page that we've, and he's called it downloads and given it a custom icon. Because what we were going to do is we were going to put the materials for the show in there. So it's not a direct download link for anything, but it is a custom page. That's how that was built. Okay, Brad, can we set up multi-push locations? Push location. In terms of the geographical location? Yes. Yes, you can. You actually you state your location when you do the push via the geo push. You state the location that you want it to go to. So you would have to do multiple pushes to do it, but yes, you could do it. Brett. Oh, the tool is super. Thank you so much, Brett. Appreciate it. Can you push to a group rather than just an individual, or to all? Yes, you could do a group. You would group them via topics. So if a particular group was interested in a particular topic, you could group them by that, and you could do a push specifically to that group. Does it work for creating acts in Hebrew? Now, there's an issue with Hebrew because Hebrew is right to left, yeah? We're working on it, and I'll have to be honest, Guy, it's not possible right now. It is something we're working on. I can't give you any timescale on it, but we are working on the right to left text. Dan, can we add custom page designs and use different designs per tab? Not custom page. Yeah, you can build any kind of custom page you want through the custom page element. Not quite sure what you mean by custom and different designs for each tab. Do you mean different backgrounds for each tab? Just clarify that for me, Dan. Brad, I'm not sure what that's in reply to, but yes, there is no monthly payment. If you go the charter rate, it's just a one-time payment, and it's a SaaS platform. Guy, I already answered that. Are apps sold as one-time or monthly service? You can actually choose. You can either do a one-time fee, or you can do a one-time fee with a service charge. Lots of people do that because lots of businesses don't want to get involved in their own marketing. They don't want to do the push notifications. They don't want to update things. They don't want to have to, do the marketing side. So you can actually add that as a service for a fee, or you could just say it's a hosting fee for hosting the apps. There's multiple different ways that you can get the recurring income out of it for sure. Brad's in, awesome. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate it. Martin bought this morning. Thank you so much, Martin. I appreciate that. Brett, putting an app into iOS App Store. Yes, that's what we would do in the custom service. It is complex. We do have training on it, but that's where you want to put it, because you can't distribute Apple apps without the App Store. Apple do not allow it. Okay, they want to vet everything that goes on an Apple device, so they have to put it through the App Store. Google is different. Google, you can distribute your apps to Android users anywhere, just by the download file that our software will give you. You could just have that on a website, and any Android user could download it and use it immediately. But Apple have to vet everything, so that has to go through the App Store. Okay, Bill, do we have an affiliate program? Yes, there will be after we get out of launch. Obviously, we have an affiliate program right now during launch, but there will be one. I'm not sure what that will be yet, but once we get out of launch, please hit me up, and I'll speak to the rest of the guys, and we'll work something out. JL has asked 2 questions. I hope I've answered them, JL. If not, please ask them again. How does this compare to other app builders like Zappable, for instance? Okay. I didn't like to bring up the competition because I never run anybody down, and I wouldn't, because Zappable is a very good software platform. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. It is good. I know Andrew, and I understand him. I don't know him well, but obviously I know of him being in the industry, and he's regarded very highly, and I would never denigrate that. But the truth of the matter is, Mobimatic has more functionality for less money. Right now, during launch week, you get more functionality for less money. And for me, that is pretty much the biggest difference. Dan, what are the white label customizations? Basically, you get to customize the dashboard area. There's not a huge amount of customization, but you get to put your logo in it, so we don't have any of our logos and stuff, so it's pretty clean. Guy, I've already answered that. Guy, I hope you've got the answer now, Guy, that for Hebrew it's going to be tough because of the right to left text. We're working on it, but I can't tell you when it'll be done. Martin, can you push to a group? Yes, I've answered that. It is possible. Dan, how can customers test, review app functions and make sure it looks good in Google and Apple? Okay, right. What we do for this that's a really good question, Dan. Thank you for asking me. Okay. We have a little app that's on the App Store, Google App Store. It's on Google Play and in the App Store. Okay, it's called, let me remind myself of it, it's called the Apps Company Previewer. Okay, what you would do is you would tell your client to download that app onto their phone, the Apps Company Previewer. They would then activate that app on their phone, and that would link to your builder. Okay, and what it would do is it would allow them, to preview your build in their phone. Okay, so they can actually see it in the phone. It doesn't have full functionality, but it does give them enough to see exactly what you've done and where you're going with it and give you feedback. So you can actually run this as a remote business by using that functionality. Okay, is there VAT included in that price? There's no, we don't have VAT because we're a US-based company. So yes, the $297 is the price you pay. Dan, what assistance do you offer if an app publication is rejected? Well, if you're using our service, we make sure it gets approved. If it gets rejected, we do the jobs required to make it approved. And they're always changing the rules, Apple, a little bit. So sometimes, you know, they don't want to certain images. You're not allowed to do certain things. You can't put an iPhone image or a phone image within the app for some reason. So we're constantly keeping up with the rules. But we basically, if you're using the app submission service, we help you do that. Martin says, clear and thanks. Okay, I'm not sure what that's related to, but thank you anyway. JL, he asked if he can be a developer of his own apps. Are you saying that we can only publish under your app account? No, absolutely not. What you would do if you're gonna actually do this, you should get your own app account, developer account, and you know, full disclosure across the board. This is not a cost from us. This comes down from Apple and Google. You're going to have to buy an app account with Apple and with Google. It's $25 a year through Google, and it's $99 a year through Apple. That's not a charge from us. That comes from Apple and it comes from Google. Once you have your developer account, then you can publish under your own name. And that's what you would do. Even through our publishing service, we publish it under your name. We just do it for you. Hope that's clear, JL. Brett, can you cover off payment gateway? Not sure what that means, JL. We integrate with PayPal and Stripe and 2Checkout, if that's what you mean, within the apps. So you can do online checkouts.
Yeah, I think that probably was what he was getting at. So you can basically sell products direct from the app, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely through PayPal, Stripe, and 2Checkout we integrate with. And also, obviously, the other e-commerce store, so like WooCommerce. So if you have like a WooCommerce store, you can integrate that directly into the app and sell directly through the app that way, and it integrates perfectly. Let's go down again. Yeah, can there be in-app purchases? Yes, I think I just covered that. Can you charge a customer a monthly fee? Is there a way to shut off the app if they do not pay? Yes, absolutely. You can just disable the app because you would have control of the app store, and you'll have control of the interface. So if they didn't pay, you could just switch them off, which is another great reason that it carries on recurring income. Dan, what is the annual cost for Apple and Google development license? Okay, so it's $99 from Apple, $25 from Google. Don't ask me why Google's so much cheaper, and they're so much more amenable as well. Apple are real sticklers and much more expensive, but you know that's the cost from them. JL says you can't see my screen. I hope you can see it now. Can you see it, Tom? See my screen okay?
Hang on. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, maybe it was a blip. Okay, can I create an Audible type app with this? Audible is the book app. Yeah, you can do like a podcast, so you'd be able to upload an MP4, and so somebody would be able to listen to, you know, like a kind of an Audible file. Yeah, for sure, definitely could. Can it pull video from Amazon S3 or only YouTube? No, it can pull from S3. Now, the one thing we have had trouble with, and we're trying to work on that, is I use Easy Video Suite, and it doesn't naturally fit with Easy Video Suite. We're trying to work on a workaround for that. But if you go direct to your S3 bucket and pull the link, it can host from there and pull directly from there. Can we do Stripe payments, payment gateway? Yes, Brett, we can. We can do Stripe payments through the in-app purchasing. How does your app creator differ from others I've seen in the marketplace, such as Zappable and Create Cool Apps? I don't know Create Cool Apps, to be honest, but Zappable is kind of the market leader, and we are cheaper and we have more functionality, is the simple question, the simple answer to that. Plus the fact we offer the assistance to get your apps uploaded, and so that's a bit of a difference. Plus the fact we've got this one-time payment right now makes it significantly cheaper. Excuse me, iframe available. I've not tested, to be honest. You'd want to test that in the custom source, whether you can drop an iframe in there. It's definitely worthwhile us running a test on it, but quite honestly, it's not one we've tested. How do you use apps for business to business? Well, by running services. Yeah, you can. To have an integration with, if you're running services for other businesses, you could use it that you'd have your contacts direct there, your customer service direct there. It depends on the service. We've done one for, I know several that have done them for, what is it? What are they called? Employment agencies, placement agencies, and employment agencies, where and that is effectively business to business. And they basically host all their details on there, and people can go on, find where they can pretty much host their job ads, if you like, on the app, and they basically give the app to candidates, and they can scroll through and see. So there's lots of different ways where it can be used, especially in business to business. And Brett is in. Thank you, Brett. I did answer that on the payment gateway, I hope, Brett. If changes are made to the app, how is it updated to the end user? Do they have to re-download the app? No, it doesn't. It automatically does it. When you make a change to the app, it automatically changes in the App Store, and it automatically changes to all your users. Okay, automatically pushes it all out, all the changes. Okay, what is the URL on the white label? It's held within your It's actually held within our URL, so there is a bit of Mobimatic in there, but it will look like you. There's nothing we can do about that, to be honest. We can't allow it to go on any other servers or any other URLs. I guess we could look at maybe hosting all the domains within our server. We'd have to look into that, though. But right now it's under the Mobimatic URL. Okay, Martin, I have Zappable, but I bought this morning because you appear to have more functionality. Thank you, Martin. Yes, we do. Martin, is that app preview only for Apple? No, it isn't. It's in the iStore, it's in the Apple Store, and in the Google Play Store. So you can download it from either one. If you've got an Android, you can download it on there, and they can see it on the Android device as well. Although with the Android device, it's easier. You can just email them an APK file, and they can just upload that onto their phone, or email, or even have that on the server they can download. So it's not really needed for the Android phones, but it still works. What's involved in integrating PayPal and Stripe? Literally, it's just doing your API integration. So you get your Stripe key, your PayPal. What is it with PayPal? It's the key, the username, and your signature. And then for Stripe, it's your publishable key and your secret key, I think. So you just get those out of your database, out of your dashboards for Stripe and from PayPal, bring it into the app, and it's automatically all done. Can we advise what the template club is? And of course, yeah, absolutely, I'd love to. Template club is the O201. You get 12 new templates every month. It's $47 per month. And just to let you know, these templates, we have a template marketplace that people can buy templates from. They are going to be $47 per template to buy outside of this offer. So $47 gets you 12 templates. 2 of those templates are exclusive to the template club. They will not be released to the marketplace. So that's a little bit of exclusivity for you. And that's how many you get. So it's a big saving and some exclusivity there as well. And really big feature. If you take the template club and you cancel at any time, you get to keep the templates. Lots of places take them away from you. We're not going to do that. We're going to let you keep them. Okay, link from S3 streams, correct. Can you give folks the option to download too if they want? I would probably do that through the download option, but yes, you can.
I'm just posting the link again.
Okay, great.
A few people have been asking for that.
Okay, what about review features or integration with clients' preferred review, i.e. Facebook? And yeah, well, you can definitely pull in your Facebook fan page direct. Yelp, not yet. But we're a company that are at the very early stages of development. So it's a case of if you have a feature that you want done, we'll be holding webinars each week that are going to help with the training to help you build better apps. Just let us know what you want to see, and because we want to develop better and better and more, that's going to be taken on board, and those features are going to be taken back to the development team, and we'll work on them. Okay, is there a password protect feature where a customer can't access content without a login? Yes, absolutely there is. And not only can it be done with a login details, it can be done with a QR scanner. So you can give the QR image to somebody, and they can only get into it. So for example, if you had an offer that somebody had purchased online and you wanted to restrict that content on the phone, your thank you page could include a QR barcode. You then instruct them to download the app and use the QR scanner on the app to scan the screen to open up that content. So it's 100% secure. Connect to database. Not sure what that means, Brad. If you could clarify. How about CNAME for a white label URL? Yeah, I'll speak to the tech team to see if that's something that we can do. In fact, let me make a note of doing that right now so I don't forget. White label URL, ask about it. I'll let you know, Brad. And I'll if you actually reach out to support, they'll probably let you know straight away as well. Martin, what name of the app preview again? I can't find it. It's called let me open it up. It's called Apps Company Previewer, and it's like a blue and white looking thing. Apps Company Previewer. Brett, you may have covered this. Sorry, do you send out access tonight on payment? Yeah, so it's immediate access to the software. You'll get it immediately. Rudy, if changes are made to the app, how is it updated to the end user? Do they have to re-download? No, Rudy, they don't. It's automatically pushed across the network. So it updates to the stores and it updates across your mobile users immediately, automatically. So that automatically happens in the background. There's some exceptions, but for general functionality and general things like, if you're updating an address or a phone number or a special or anything like that, it's instant, automatically done. Okay, I think we got to the bottom of all the questions. We still got 17 people online. So of those 17 people, is there anybody that hasn't bought that's still on the fence that would like some more information? Just let me know. Take a little more water. No, it seems like it's all gone quiet. So there's 17 that are on. They're either just lurking, or waiting for some Q&A, lurkers, or they're just recording the screen because they don't trust that the GoToWebinar is going to be recording. That's a smart move, by the way, because it doesn't always work. But oops, hang on.
Anyone who's still here, just make sure you check our emails as well, because we've got some bonuses that you'll also pick up, and there's a bonus page you can click through to the link in the last email I sent.
All right, Brett hasn't got his thank you email with the login code, so let me just drop in the support email so that he can take it up with support directly. Let me just find it. I have it on my desktop here. Never remember it for some reason.
One of our bonuses, by the way, is a website audit. So you can, it's a really powerful way to get in with a business, because like John was saying, pretty much every business has got a website now, right? So that's, for us, that's one of our main ways in for our own software as well, because obviously we help to optimize websites, and then we can, upsell them other services. So yeah, going in with the website audit, and then you can say, well, you can basically use that to pivot to an app. So that's one of our bonuses, and that's completely exclusive. And we'll carry that out for you if you get in with the client and you want to use a website audit as a way in.
That's a great bonus. Okay, I've just dropped that both the support link. Brett, and you might want to check out the support link website, because there's a live chat on there. It's probably the quickest way to get access is to go through that rather than email. You can just get straight on the live chat to them through the link I just dropped. Yeah, Brett asked about the Audible type app. Yes, you can. You'd be able to just stream the MP3 like a podcast, and you can definitely do that from the app. So yes, you would be able to do kind of an Audible type of thing. I want to be able to purchase my audio courses and then access them via an app. Yeah, I think you could definitely do that, as long as you've got the MP3s hosted somewhere. We could stream those into the app. I haven't got Audible, but yes, I do know of it, and it's very, very popular here in the States, obviously. Awesome, Brett's got it. Awesome. So I think we're pretty much the only people that are left are the 15 lurkers and shirkers.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up then, John. Thanks ever so much for joining us. I've really enjoyed this.
Awesome.
You're one of my favorite guys in the industry right now, because I think you do some really good work. You're a really genuine guy as well, and so I hope I see you soon on another event as well.
Yeah, hopefully. I think we're going to be. I think Simon has got something planned for March or April sometime, probably in the UK. I'll be over there, so we'll definitely catch up and we'll share a bit.
Nice, cool. Yeah, we'll send out a replay for this as well. Anyone who's still thinking about it.
Very quickly, Brad has just got a photo widget. Is it to take photos or just to pull? Let me think. That's a good question. Yeah, that's a really good one, Brad. For the there isn't a photo widget that opens your camera. Okay, but that's a really good one that would be a good suggestion, because I can see lots of applications for it. You can take a photo and then access your library on your phone with an app, and then upload that to a members area within an app. You could definitely do that. But actually having the kind of button that opens the photo application of your phone would be a really nice feature. So yeah, it's worthwhile. If you're in, let them know in the webinars that that would be a feature that would be good for you, and I think that would be a great addition. Cool. Okay, Tom, do you want to wrap this one up? And
yeah, just that. I'd like to say thanks a lot for joining us, John. Like I say, we'll send out a replay of this, and also check your email for our bonuses. And I think this closes this week, so make sure if you are interested, make sure you jump in this week before the price increases.
Sunday.
So it's Sunday midnight, is it?
Yeah. So 11:59 on Sunday night.
Great. So yeah, thanks very much, and hopefully see you soon, John.
Excellent. Okay, Tom, see you soon, mate.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks for joining, everyone. Bye.